Hello, Kensington Knights. How are you? So, I want to take you through how to follow the steps in the lesson plan. So, we're starting off with Tuesday because Monday was Labor Day. Okay, so we're starting out with Tuesday, how to tackle big words. So, you have step one, follow these steps in the green dots in the slides in the slideshow below. So, when you click on this little arrow right here, breaking words apart. I can solve my own reading problems by breaking apart words to sound them out and to figure out their meaning. So that was step one. And then printing these out is step two. Okay? Then you go to the next one. And look at that. It shows you what your Reader's Workshop notebook should look like in real life. Okay? So this is just a reminder to make sure you put the page number, that you're on the correct page. That's the title. This is a reminder of the date. And oh, look who forgot to put her date down. So you'll have to put the date down. And then this is the I can statement. I can solve my own reading problems by breaking words apart and sounding them out and figuring out their meaning. And so this is your anchor chart, which is number 7. And then you'll split your paper in the 4-box method. This is an example of sounding it out. And then this is the we do. I've already kind of done a we do in advance. You won't do that. But you have an I do printed out. So all you have to do is glue it in there. Yay! Okay. And then you go to either my live instruction or Miss Morris's live instruction, where we will have a guided practice kind of thing where we all work and collaborate together to come up with the right answers. And there's some answers hiding out there waiting for you. Okay. And then step 3, independent work time. Use the slides below to help you complete the you do task. And so this outlines what the you do task is. Now, let's go back up here because your we do is just one slide, but then your you do, look at that. It tells you how many slides there are right there, that little pop-up menu. Okay. And so you come here and you hit the arrow. The second slide is Home of the Brave, which I'll be reading out loud to you. And then the last one is the thank you for all your hard work. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. So that is how you plow through those slides. All right. Right now, I'm going to go get a magic pointer. I'm so excited about this. Okay. So we go to slide 1. And we are going to do that. So I can solve my own reading problems by breaking apart words to sound them out and to figure out their meaning. So the anchor chart says that readers solve their own problems by figuring out how to say big words, by using word parts that they already know. So this is a prefix because it happens before the word, and this is a suffix because it happens after the word. And then this is your root, okay? Root word. So you know some of them, you know enough of them to break apart words like careless and helpful and those types of things. Another strategy that you can use is to figure out what unknown words and phrases mean by reading forward or rereading to look for the clues. So reading forward means that you're you don't understand what's going on, but you believe that the author's going to give you some clues in just a couple of paragraphs, and then you'll be able to figure it out. Or rereading is, wait a minute, the author might have already talked about what I'm not understanding. Let me go back and double check. Okay? And then again, even for the figuring out the meaning of the word, breaking apart those words helps. Okay? Okay, so for the I do, that's me modeling for you. And our paragraph is, Mason entered a discount store to purchase some household supplies for a disabled neighbor. While he was there, a video game display distracted him. Mason disregarded his shopping list and went to try the video game. Much to his dismay, he stayed too long at the discount store and had to race to get the shopping done. He decided not to get distracted again. Okay, so our chart reminded us to look at the word parts, look at the letter sound relationships, and tweak the pronunciation to discover what words you are familiar with. So when we come across the word disregarded, we could have pronounced it disregarded. Okay, so I know the meaning of the word regard means to have concern or to pay it or attention. And I know that dis means not. So I think disregarded means either to not have concern or to not pay attention to. When we're looking at the pronunciation of the word, okay. So when we look at disregarded, we could have easily have said disregarded, okay? However, when you say disregarded and you think, I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Maybe the G is a hard G and it's disregarded. And in fact, it is. I always get confused with the G's because they can be a hard G sound or a soft G sound. The hard G sound is like go, and the soft G sound is like Jim. Okay? When I'm not sure, I try both sounds to decide whether I've heard it pronounced one way or another way. And sometimes what that does is that allows me to hear the word and say, oh, I've heard that word before. I know how it's used. And so with disregarded, I know how regard is used, like in letters and things like that, with the kindest regards or best regards, which usually just means concern. Okay, so good concerns for you. I know that the meaning of the word regard means to have concern or to provide attention for. And so dis means not. So I think disregard is either to not have concern or to not pay attention to it. So if I go back in and I take the phrase not pay attention to, okay, then I can decide whether that's the accurate word or not. So a lot of people go right up to that point and they forget the plug-in. So don't forget to do the plug-in. So if I go back and I say Mason didn't pay attention to his shopping list and went to try the video game, that works. That's exactly what happened. He didn't pay attention to his shopping list. He wasn't concerned about his shopping list, and he went to go play the video game. All right? So that's how you use two ways to figure out the words. One way is looking at what you know about how to pronounce the words, because we have a large vocabulary that we hear, but we don't always write or we don't always use. So if you've heard a word before, you might know how it's used and therefore understand what the meaning of the word is. And also looking at those word parts. The dis meaning not and regarded meaning concerned. Okay. And so now it is that you have that insert and it'll be time for us to meet on Teams for our live time. And just to go over the directions for your assignment, if you choose to go directly to the independent part, you'll be asked to choose your choice book. Your choice book can be either Raz-Kids book, Mayan book, or a book that you have from home, as long as they are a just right fit for you. Okay? For the you do, in box 3 on your stop and jots, that's basically what we've been doing when we've been organizing our notebooks. We stop, we think about what we've been reading, and then we jot down some of our thoughts. Okay? So in your third box, you will share your thinking about or jot down your thinking about the choice book. Okay? And you're going to practice whatever it is that you're saying about your choice book, making sure that you use the race. If you're asking a question, then you're going to answer it. This week, I'm not requiring you to write the question. I should be able to determine what the question is based on how you provide information about your choice book. Okay? Just make sure that you have evidence to support your thinking. And I really want to challenge you to find a word. Maybe it's not a word that you don't know what it means, but it is a word that would be a great example of how to break it down using word parts or something like that. And then you could use the race strategy to prove it. Okay? So that's what I would like for you to do. Remember, use word parts, use letter sound relationships to help you figure out the correct pronunciation and the meaning of the word, and tweak the pronunciation to discover whether it's a familiar word or not. All right, readers, enjoy.